Hey everybody, it's Suzanne A. Wells, and welcome back to another eBay SuperSize sales of $100 or more. This will be the last one of 2021. Just a reminder that these sales come from my Facebook group where we have a dedicated thread every month for sellers to post their sales of $100 or more. Sellers post what they found, where they found it, how much they paid for it, and show us the completed sale. These are actual historical sales, so it's not what somebody bought intending to list it or what they think they might get for it, but actual sales because you might find these items out in the wild when you're out treasure hunting. And just a reminder that my 12 months of eBay 2022 calendar is for sale in my eBay store. You really want to join the club on this one because I will be referring to different items inside this calendar throughout the year. And you want to be able to have your calendar handy so you can pull it out and play along with us. So make sure you grab your calendar today if you have not yet purchased one. Okay, let's get into the sales. We're going to start with Katya. She says, I'm a bottom feeder at the bins, always look through bins with less people around. So when I found this cardigan, I remembered that I heard about denim and supply in one of Suzanne's videos. Cost me about $2.50. Listed it for $124.95 and took a best offer of $100. Took about 2 weeks to sell. And this is a very cool looking item. Ralph Lauren Denim and Supply Southwestern Patch Shawl Collar Cardigan. Paid $250, sold for $100. Next up is Laura Peebles Green. Paid $1 at Goodwill, sold for full asking price in 10 minutes. I know the Scream masks can be a BOLO, so when I saw this pink one, I immediately put it in my cart. Turns out the pink ones are rare. They sell for a lot more if they're made of the t-shirt material, but I couldn't be more happy with a quick flip of $1 into $100 in 10 minutes. So this is the Scream Rare Hot Pink Ghost-Faced Mask. And notice that this sold on December 2nd. Well, that's when she posted the sale. Way after Halloween. So eBay knows no seasons. Keep those items listed. No matter what season it is, they could still sell. Next up is Kathleen Bouchard, found in the bins at the Goodwill outlet. A bit heavy, so cost about $10. Sold in 1 week. This is an all-clad D5 brushed stainless steel 4-quart saucepan with lid. And Linda commented that the bins near me don't ever have anything like this. And I think there is some truth to that because I never find good cookware in my Goodwill stores. I don't know if they're pulling it and selling it online or if it just doesn't get donated, but the cookware I see is usually really worn out, very dirty. I really don't want to clean it. But I rarely see anything in great condition like this. Now we have a sale from Tamarin Smith McClure. Bought this fur coat for $15 at a local thrift store and sold it for $100 plus shipping. It took about 2 months to sell. This is a vintage tally-ho long faux fur coat, size extra large. $15, sold for $100. Okay, Dawn McMaster. Bought at estate sale as part of a lot of Beatles items. Paid a few dollars at most, sold for full asking of $100. This is the Beatles Rare, A Hard Day's Night Movie Lobby Card 1982. Sold for $100. Olivia Poole, purchased for $3.27. Found this at AmVets. The detail was beautiful. It was listed for $115, and I had to let it wait for the right buyer after about 3 months for $105. This is a vintage Bill Tice cotton kimono Art Deco floral, purple and green. It's like a robe, but she's got it as a kimono. So $3.27, sold for $105. Okay, the next item is from Diane Stumpf, and we've been seeing a lot of these lately. So these must be a popular thing in outdoor decor. She said, I picked this up for $5 at my local thrift store about a month or so ago. The day after, I saw a SuperSize sale for this very item on this page and sold it for $110. I had no idea when picking it up it was worth that kind of money. I quickly listed mine for $129. It sold today for full asking price. Buyer used my 10% off coupon and paid $116 plus shipping. Thanks for this thread. I learned so much from this group. This is a cast iron Japanese lantern, bonsai finch hanging pagoda garden candle, 8 by 10. And she paid $5 for it, and it sold for $116.99. Holly Johnson. My daughter bought for $4 at a thrift store. We identified it using Google Lens and sold in a few hours. I have never seen a Barbie quite like it and knew it was different. We are an eBay team. She has an eye for toys and plush. This is Barbie Basics, Goddess Sculpt, Hispanic. $4, sold for $120. Holly Feger, Nativity blow mold set at Goodwill for $18. Had to buy a new bulb for the Joseph. Sold for $120 in 1 month with 10% promotion. I would have never picked up a blow mold item if I hadn't seen it as something others had sold on either one of Suzanne's YouTube videos or the Money Making Monday thread. Hoped it would sell relatively quick due to it being a seasonal item. Thankful for the sale. $18, sold for $120, and this is a nativity blow mold set with Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus. Amanda Joy. It's a king-size bedspread coverlet, hand embroidered. It was beautiful, and I actually contemplated keeping it. I got it at the bins on my first mom date with Wendy Welch. Neither of us knew what it was, but thought it was cool. Probably cost around $10 to $12, maybe because it was close to 6 pounds. It took about 6 weeks to sell. I cross-posted on Facebook Marketplace maybe 3 weeks ago because I've been selling a lot more bedspreads and tablecloths on Facebook, and voila! In the middle of the afternoon today, she sold for full asking price. These are ugly pictures before I started to have fun taking pictures. So this is a hand-embroidered coverlet bedspread, king size, that sold for $125. Cost was $10 to $12. And I love your mom date with another reseller. It's great to get together with other resellers in your area and just not feel threatened by that, because everybody sells different things and you can really learn a lot from other people when you get together and talk eBay shop. Next up is Sherry Isaacs. Bought this at an estate sale for $15, sold in 4 days for full price. Russian nesting dolls, $125, and she paid $15. Tina DeVore picked this up on December 3rd for $5 off the tree of a local thrift store that I popped into, killing time waiting for my husband. They had the box for it behind the counter. Listed that night and sold on December 7th for best offer. Apparently, there is a series of these ornaments, and this one happened to be a bit more valuable than some others, but the others seem to be worth checking too. This is December Diamonds Blue Hawaii Merman Ornament, 2017. $5, sold for $125. Christy Hensley. I found these at an estate dealer's sale of unsold items for $15. Had to clean them up quite a bit, but they look great now. Sold for $129 plus shipping. Vintage Jack Black art pottery. Man and woman with a drum. 1980s. $15, sold for $129. Savannah Boone. Bought this at Goodwill for $2. Sold for full asking price in 2 months. And Savannah actually emailed me about this when she stumbled upon this BOLO because she was shocked that these sold for so much. The brand is Woof and Poof. Christmas gift stocking from 2002. $2, sold for $129.99. And Dana Shearer commented that she kind of chuckled when I said it, and you chuckled all the way to the bank. That is a brand I did not know about. And I did not know about that either. So thank you, Savannah, for emailing that tip. I appreciate it. Here's a fun item from Christine Beckerman. Bought at an auction for $10. Listed maybe 2 weeks. Sold for full asking price plus shipping. This is an August Schwer cuckoo clock. Working from Germany. $10, sold for $129.99. Stately Jane Manor. I love that name. She said, I listen to Suzanne every week and she mentioned vintage Hallmark ornaments. I was at my local Goodwill 10 minutes down the street with my husband and he looked at me and said, "Isn't this something you said you were looking for?" and handed it to me. It was $3. I listed it, buy it now for $130 and sold it 9 days later. I am new to reselling and this was my first sale over $100. Congratulations! I'm so excited I finally get to post. Vintage 1981 Frosty Friends Hallmark Keepsake Christmas Ornament Eskimo Dog. And I remember, I think it was 2017 or 2016, I was learning about snow globes and I did find the snow globe exactly like this. I remember it was called Frosty Friends and it had the Eskimo and the dog, and that sold for over $100. So this line is definitely collectible. Hallmark Frosty Friends. And Jane paid $3 and sold it for $130. And we have Cassie Jackson, who also has her first eBay sale of anything, not just a $100 item, but her first sale. So congratulations, Cassie. She said, I started listing Saturday. These were the first up and the first down. I bought these at auction for $40. Mine were the only royal blue. I know I undersold mine, but I told myself if I could just make double on larger stuff as I get started, I'll be happy. I went to dinner with friends and they sold. The item is Bose Quiet Comfort Noise Canceling Headphones. So welcome to the club, Cassie. Your first sale, and it was over $100. You are off to a great start. Tammy Hickey had two super sales. My aunt bought a park model in a 55 plus resort. I guess you're saying she bought like the model home. These homes are normally sold furnished, and often people leave everything there, especially if the owner passes away and the family chooses to sell as is. I found both of these FlowBees in a cupboard, so cost me nothing. I listed both on the higher end of comps for used at $169.99 each. I took best offers on both, with buyers paying shipping. Both sold within 2 days of listing. The sale price on this one was $139.99. And raise your hand if you remember the commercial about the FlowBee, the in-home hair cutting system. We used to joke about this and we called it the suck and cut because it sucks your hair up into that attachment and then cuts it. And I just thought this was the most hilarious product. But apparently it's valuable. So look out for the FlowBee. Okay, Mindy Allen bought at a thrift store for $4.99 for all. Sold for my counter offer in about 2 weeks. This is a set of 6 butter knives or spreaders. Sold for $140. Her cost was $4.99. Wendy Kruger paid $4 at a thrift store. Sold for $145 plus shipping to the UK. Took 4 months to sell. Did not know it was signed when I found it. Signature was very faint, but I knew it was a fabulous brooch when I saw it. Jomaz, Jomaz, or Mazer Brothers jewelry is very collectible for anyone new to jewelry or that would like to resell. Her cost was $4. She sold it for $145. Megan Blakely bought this Ralph Lauren Randolph duvet cover for $7.50 at Goodwill. It took a week and a half to sell. Ralph Lauren Randolph Rare Green and Red Moss Paisley King duvet cover. Her cost $7.50, sold for $150. Okay, Ginger Lamplight. I bought these in a bag for $20 at a garage sale a few weeks ago. The bag said rare and super rare. I decided to list them as a bundle to save time. Sold for full asking price of $150. I probably left some money on the table, but they are tedious to research and I'm happy with my return on investment. This is a lot of Littlest Pet Shop characters, 100 plus pieces. $20, sold for $150. Siobhan Sherrod Ramirez bought this from the Scarf Rack at Salvation Army for $2.97. I wasn't familiar with the brand, but I figured I could turn a profit since it was 100% cashmere. Pleasantly surprised when I looked up comps. Listed it high and took a best offer of $155 plus shipping in about a week. This is a Kinross Twist Stitch Color Block Poncho, new with $385 tag, 100% cashmere. She paid $2.97, sold it for $155. Okay, Erin Harry. Estate find with items of $2 or less, sold in less than 2 weeks, even though I got some serious lowball offers and someone telling me that I didn't know how to price perfume. Fortunately, sweet Lisa Howard gave me a crash course, so I took her advice and waited for the right buyer. The buyer was absolutely delightful and she insisted that I put a dab on my wrist. She is my favorite customer. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but this is some vintage perfume. Cost was $2 or less, sold for $159.99, and the note from buyer is there at the top that this fragrance is pure happiness. Brian Ridenauer. I bought this on Facebook Marketplace for $25. I held on to it about a year. It sold within a week of listing. 2014 Jack's Pacific Giant Godzilla sold for $160 and he paid $25. Now we've got Louis Prizzi, purchased while on vacation in May for $18. I bought 3 of them. This was the last one to sell. The item is Walt Disney World Parks Epcot Rare Figment Shoe Ornament New with Tags. Sold for $165. And Sandra Brisbane asked, was that at Disney or a thrift? And what about them made you buy them? And Lewis said, I found them at an antique mall. I used to collect them and sold them off a few years ago, so I knew this particular one and some others, and they had fetched a nice price. Now we have Eileen Cole, the book lady. She said, I picked up this set of 12 fairy tale books from a thrift store for $24, listed for $200 and sold in 2 weeks for $175. I had to create a private listing for the buyer because eBay would not allow me to reply to her inquiry with an offer. Sold in 2 weeks. This is Andrew Lang Fairy Books, complete set of 12. And I love how you have them displayed there, Eileen, in the rainbow. I'm just wondering, are they in order that way, or did you do that? Because that's a really nice gallery photo. Julie Harden, thrift store find for $8.99. Took about 2 weeks to sell. Vintage, Hills Indian Crafts Cowichan Eagle. Sweater vest, heavy, raw wool, men's extra large. Sold for $175. Her price was $8.99. Crystal Montalto, found at church thrift store for $2. Didn't know what it was, but saw Disney and unusual, so in the cart it went. Looked it up and could only find ones with missing tails. Mine has a repaired tail, which I disclosed, and sold in less than a month for full asking price of $175.50. This is 2011 Romero Brito design Disney Ariel Little Mermaid figurine signed. $2, sold for $175.50. Delynn Shelton, got these chest waders for $15 at a store that sells Amazon returns. Sold in 2 months for $179.99. Reddington Men's Sonic Pro Chest Waders, waterproof, extra large. $15, sold for $179.99. And our pretty cover photo, since we are in December, I thought this was appropriate. Wendy Welch paid $5 a piece at a garage sale. Listed at the end of October and just sold for full asking price. And Wendy has an update. The lady who bought them messaged and said that her grandmother had given her mother bears just like them and was heartbroken that they were stolen during a move. She was so excited to find them. These are rare, retired, Christmas, Barrington, Papa and Mama Jingles, Santa and Mrs. Claus from 2010. Total cost $10, sold for $200. Susan Wellman, Purchased by my husband at a thrift store for $1. He was buying artwork to use the frames for his sports memorabilia in his man cave, cheaper than new frames. I thought how silly to get a mirror because the frame did not suit his purpose. I looked up comps and listed. Sold for 200, best offer in about a month. This is a mid-century modern mirror, op art. $1, sold for 200. Jennifer Melody, and this item has a story. Horror movie promo piece sold for $200. Item was given to me free by a friend who worked at Warehouse Video in 1985 when the Reanimator movie came out on video. His manager gave him this pewter promo sculpture tray. The listing was up forever, 2 years, and many offers were made by buyers, but I wanted to hold out for my price. Sold to a film art house in New York. Item is small but very heavy and hand sculpted. There were others available for sale on eBay for lower price, but I think with my 100% positive feedback, eBayer since 2007, and a cool personal backstory. So this is the Reanimator movie promo paperweight made of pewter, sold for $200. Okay, Tamron McClure is back with a vintage item. Bought this at an online yard sale for $15, sold for $220. Took 10 months to sell. Vintage Winnie the Pooh, the whole year through perpetual wall calendar complete. $220. Robin Parsons, Department 56, $40 at an antique shop. Sold in about a week for full asking price. This is a Department 56 Grimsley Manor Halloween Haunted Mansion Lights and Sounds, $225. And another Halloween item that sold after Halloween. Wendy Welch said, "That would never be resold if I found it. Great find." And Sarah Pyatt said, "That would be hard to sell. Great sale." So again, I can't emphasize enough, if you have it, list it. eBay knows no seasons. Jackie Basie purchased these at $25 at Out of the Closet in Berkeley, California over the Thanksgiving holiday. I recognize the brand as I've sold a saddle before, meaning cycling. I listed for $280 but happily accepted the offer for $225. These are Shimano, not sure how to pronounce that, carbon road cycling shoes, brand new. $25, sold for $225. Louis Prizzi, purchased at a local thrift for $19, sold for full asking in about 3 weeks. Barbie limited edition Fabergé Imperial Grace porcelain black with egg and stand. $19, sold for $249.95. Jenny Payan pilot training manuals, free from OfferUp, and took about 4 months to sell for $250 plus shipping. These are Beach Jet pilot training manuals. Free, sold for $250. Wendy Kruger paid $10 at Goodwill, sold for $250 plus shipping, took 30 months to sell. I don't have UPS or FedEx ground listed for shipping. They paid $60 to ship it to the West Coast through USPS. I was able to ship for half the price using FedEx Ground and reimburse them. Perhaps the shipping deterred people, or maybe it was just going to take 30 months to sell. This is a Crate and Barrel 50th anniversary teapot. $10, sold for $250. Pam Zarpentine paid $35 for this, kept it a while to enjoy, listed it, gone in 24 hours. Vintage 4-foot evergleam fountain, stainless aluminum Christmas tree. That really says vintage right there. $35, sold for $275 after she kept it and enjoyed it for a while. Julie Harden, $10 yard sale find. Big, heavy, and a bit gaudy but cool. A bear to package. I took the 4 gold glass panes out and the prisms off and wrapped them separately. I took the top finial off to make the package smaller. Took a couple of weeks to sell. Held my breath till it arrived safely. Buyer left great feedback. Vintage Hollywood Regency table lamp. Crystal and brass. $10, sold for $299. Patty Gearing Paul. Sold this for my neighbor, 50-50 split after eBay fees, so no cost to me. Sold in less than a week, listed it for $500, and on her suggestion took the $300 offer. She had purchased it on a markdown from Sam's Club in the 90s. This is a 1996 Christmas Holiday Express animated train set. Okay, Sherry Ogden sold this antique figurine marked Dalton Burslem from the late 1800s. Bought it at an online auction for $27 and sold for $300 plus shipping. It took about 2 months to sell because I listed it high at first. There were no others like it out there. Okay, whew, that was a lot. We have come to the end of this edition. However, I want to remind you that I am working on a mega size sales video coming up soon. And I've decided to reduce the qualification from $500 to $350 because then more people can be in that video. And I think $350 is a mega size sale. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for visiting my channel and watching these videos. Please comment below. There's always great conversation on the items in these $100 videos. And I will see you next time. Have a profitable, productive, and fun day on eBay. Bye.